قام بإمكانه فإنه جماد ليس به حراك ومهما عرف منها غفلة دب إليها دبيبا وربما أضربها بالنظم وألقى إليها أطيب ما ترونه من العلف على أنه
صاحب كرم بالطبع
وأنه لم يقصد بذلك
صيدها
والنعم تورث
والنعم تورث حب المنعم
المنعم وقيد المحبة
أوثق من قيد الحديد
فكذلك الرجل الذي يبرز إلى الناس ينبغي أن يؤثر هيئة ترغب فيها النفوس من زي ومنطق
وأدب
ثم يتقرب منهم حولا ويظهر إليهم النصح والمحبة من غير مجازفة ولا ظهور قرينة تدل على أن ذلك من صيدهم ثم يعلمهم أن
نظيره كالممتنع
في حقهم حتى يرى أن نفوسهم قد اطمأنت بفضله وتقدمه وصدورهم قد امتلأت مودة وتعظيما وجوارحهم تدابت
خشوعا
وإخباتا ثم ليحفظ ذلك فيهم فلا يكن منه ما يختلفون به عليه فإن فرط شيء من ذلك فليتداركه بلطف وإحسان وإظهار أن المصلحة حكمت بما فعل وأنه لم
إلى آخره.
لا عليه.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. This part or portion of the chapter which is read in brief, it means that the robe of the king, robe is invisible power, and that is such a power which creates love with fear or fear with love in the hearts of people. Love with fear and fear with love. So that's called robe. That's called what? Robe. As Rasulullah says, وَنُصِرْتُ بِالرُّعْبِ مَسِيرَةَ الشَّهْرٍ. I have been helped by robe, yes, from a distance of 1 month. Got it? So there is fear, there is love. When somebody is or has such a personality that people they are in love with, but they have a fear from him as well. Or they are afraid of him, but they love him as well. Got it? And in front of him, yes, respectfully they are sitting. Respectfully they are speaking or talking. Yes, so that is called robe. That's called robe. That's the good explanation of robe. So for a king, that is must to have a robe on general public. That the general public, they are in love with him, but along with fear. Or they are afraid of him, but with love. Got it? That is from the public side. And from the king's side, he must be very compassionate for them. Now, when a king got this robe, so he is bound to keep it. So it may stand still. This robe may stand still. And also, he is bound to avoid any harmful things and to counter harmful things with suitable planning. With what? With suitable planning. So for that, the state is needed, the planning is needed, the character is needed. Got it? State is the territory, or whatever the system is. Character is that of the king. Got it? And planning, that is by the king. So now what should be or must be in the king? Number one, the bravery. Number two, the wisdom. Number three, the generosity. Number four, the forgiveness and pardoning. And number five, the public welfare or the general benefits. These are five things needed in a king. Got it? He must be a brave one, because if he is not brave, yes, so he'll be sitting there in Arg. And outside the Arg, there was a Bundaqiya, AK-47 dull, not a bomb. Yeah, so here is dull, and there he said terror. How will protect the state? Got it? Got it or not? Yes, so bravery. And the second thing, the wisdom. Because things are to be resolved with wisdom. Everything is not resolved with fight or with the feud and things like that. And number three, generosity. Because if he is not generous, why people believe in him that he is the king? If he is grabbing and putting everything and taking millions of dollars with him, what type of king he is? And number four, where that is, circumstances, situation, environment, that where he has to forgive and pardon people. Because certain situations are there where he has to punish people. So it depends on the circumstances. It depends on circumstances. And also, so the public interest or the public welfare, then how he has to treat people. He said, Imam says that he has to learn from the hunter of deers. Hunter of deers. When he is going for hunting, what he does? So he said, when the hunter, he sees the deers, so he adopts such a shape in front of them which is suitable for them. They are not afraid of. Got it? So for example, look at me, the hunter. The deer is horizontal or vertical? Horizontal. Now the human is vertical. So what he does, look, the hunter, he does like this. Yes. So the deers, they are used to horizontal shape. Yeah. When he adopts this, so their fear comes down. Their fear from the hunter comes down. Yes? Because they think that he is our muqallid, so will not shoot us. Yes. He is doing our taqleed, walking horizontally, not vertically. So he's a good guy. We say, yes, just wait. He's a good guy. Got it? But he is focusing on their ears and eyes. He is walking horizontally, but he is focusing on the ears and eyes of the deers. Got it? Now, if he feels that they feel fear, So then he stops. He does not move. He stops a moment. When they are calm once again, so then he starts. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. When they are not focusing on him, so then he starts walking. Got it? They neglect him or ignore him. The deers ignore him, so then he starts walking horizontally in the same way. And sometimes these hunters, they are mesmerizing them with good songs and music. Got it? Yes. And the animals, they are also in love with music. Yes. So when they mesmerize them, so at that time in the room. Yes. So then he explains the situation. He goes ahead. Or sometime he throws their beloved food in front of them. By all these, he is pretending and showing to them that I am your well-wisher. I don't intend to hurt you or to kill you. Got it?
Yes.
This is my generosity towards you, kindness towards you. And as you know, you have seen some people. Last night, I was watching a video. Yes. So there was one lion in the zoo. Yes. But he was tied in chains and he became too sick and too weak. So the animal protection, they came there and they got him and took him to rehabilitation. When he was very healthy and yes, well and good and everything was gone, so he was there in his Kichar. Kichar is the big place where he is living. Got it? So then the guy who gave it to the zoo in the very beginning, and he brought him up, they brought their guy to him. And from outside, he called him. So he rushed to the door and he was focusing on him. Yes. And he was sitting like this, like as he is waiting to jump on his prey. Got it? Then he said, open the door. So they opened the door to him. He went inside and he sat there and he was there. So here from he was doing whatever he was doing before, a few years before when he was a baby with him. Got it? And he was doing like this. So now the rehabilitation center guys, they were saying that maybe he will attack you. He said, no, he will not. That's his habit. Yeah. And then suddenly, like a bullet, he came to him. And this guy also stood up. And when stood up, so he jumped down like as he is killing him. And that guy, he also hugged him. So he was his neck and his hand and things like that. And he was the lion, he was really yes. Even he put his teeth on his neck. So I say, he's cutting here. He said, no, it's not. That's what I was doing with. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is called shu'urul haywanat. Yes. So now I was telling you that what Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says, that is nature. That they are obliged to. They are obliged to. Lion is obliged to one who is taking care of it. Yes or not? Yes. Cheetah is obliged to one who is. Otherwise, another guy will go close to him, see will wreck him. Got it?
Yes.
So Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi, he says that when you are doing kindness to haywanat, to animals, so this is something natural. That living entities, they are obliged to their muhsin, the one who is doing kindness to them. Because that is a love. And Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says, وَالنِّعَمْ تُورِثُ حُبَّ الْمُنْعِمِ. If you are doing favor to something or someone, so it will create your love in his heart. And then Imam says, وَقَيْدُ الْمَحَبَّةِ وَسَقَ مِنْ قَيْدِ الْحَدِيدِ. The chains of love are much more stronger than the chains of iron. The chains of love are much more stronger than the chains of iron. So now Imam Rahmatullah alayhi says, keeping in view this practice of hunter, what the king has to do, if somebody wants to come into the life of general public and to be their leader, so then he must adopt such a shape which is very much like to the people, as the guy horizontally is walking. He must adopt such a hulya or such a shape, dress, speech, etiquettes, which the people like. So he will be going close to them gradually. By doing so, he must show them that I'm your well-wisher. From his words and from his actions, no such a thing be seen or known that he is going to hunt them. He should do this practice to such an extent that the people may think that to find such a leader totally impossible. So we have to give him a lot of respect and to respect his availability for our leadership. Got it?
Yes.
So they will accept him from the bottom of their heart. They will have love for him in their heart and brain both. And thus they will submit to him bodily and physically. But it doesn't mean that it happened. So the king should ignore it for future. He said, no, he must try how to keep it and to maintain it. Because this connection in relation to get broken, it does not need that much time. In minutes it will get broken. This is a very weak relation. Got it or not? So he must not do such an action where the people will oppose him. But he is human. If some shortcoming happened from him, so he must recover it with any possible source or reason. And he must tell the people that this slipping of mine, what you call it slip, at that time I did not slip. You felt it bad, but that was actually a diplomatic action. That was a diplomatic step. Got it? And based on that diplomatic step, not now, but after 1 year, you will get that much benefit. Got it? He must make it clear to them. So Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says, وَلَا بُدَّ لِلْمَلِكِ. It is must for the king, مِنْ إِنْشَاءِ الْجَاهِ فِي قُلُوبِ رَعِيَّتِهِ, to make his place and to create a respect for himself in the hearts of his public. ثُمَّ حِفْظُ, and then to maintain it. وَتَدَارُكِ الْخَادِشَاتِ لَهُ بِتَدْبِيرَاتٍ مُنَاسِبَةٍ, and anything other way around. Yes? Small thing. If it happened, khadishat are small otherwise things. If it happened, so he must counter it with tadbirat and munasiba, with suitable plannings. Woman qasad al-jah, and whosoever want to have a respect in the eyes of people or in the hearts of people, فَعَلَيْهِ يَتَحَلَّى بِالْأَخْلَاقِ الْفَاضِلَةِ. So for him that is must to have the noble character, the virtuous characters, مِمَّا يُنَاسِبُ رِيَاسَتَهُ, which is in accordance with his leadership. So for king, what is suitable for his or must for his leadership, kashuja'a, bravery, wal hikmah, wisdom, was sakhawa, generosity, wal afu an zulm, aw amman zalama, and forgiveness from someone who did wrong, wa iradat nafal amma, and also intention for public welfare or public interest. Wa yaf'alu bin nas, and he may do with people ma yaf'alu sayyadu bil wahsh, what the hunters are doing bil wahshi, with wild animals. فَكَمَانَ السَّيَّادَ يَذْهَبُ إِلَى الْغَيْظَةِ, like as the hunter is going to the jungle. فَيَنْظُرُ إِلَى الزَّبَاءِ, he look at a group of the deers. وَيَتَأَمَّلُ الْحَيَاةَ الْمُنَاسِبَةَ لِتَبَايِعِهَا وَعَادَاتِهَا, and he is thinking of such a shape to adopt which is suitable to the nature of the deers and their habits. فَيَتَهَيَّأُ بِتِلْكَ الْهَيْئَةِ, so he is making the same shape in front of them, as I told you, horizontal. ثُمَّ يَبْرُزُ لَهُ مِنْ بَعِيدٍ, then he appears to them from far. وَيَقْصِرُ النَّظَرَ عَلَى عُيُونِهَا, and he is concentrating on their eyes, وَأَذَانِهَا, and their ears. فَمَهْمَا عَرَفَ مِنْهَا تَيَقُّظًا, so whenever he felt from the deers tayaqquzan, that they became alert and maybe they will run away, aqama bi makani, so he stopped there in his place. Kannahu jamadun laysa bi harakun, he is pretending like as he is stone. Jamad, like he is a rock, laysa bi harakun, having no movement. Wa mahma arafa minha ghaflatan, and when he fears or he feels that now the deers are not looking at me, they are ghafil, dabba ilayha dabiban, so he is creeping towards them. Dabba ilayha dabiban, dabiban namal is creeping. Yes, so he is creeping toward them slowly. وَرُبَّمَا أَطْرَبَا بِالنِّغَمِ, and sometimes he mesmerize them بِالنِّغَمِ, with the songs. وَأَلْقَى إِلَيْهَا أَطْيَبَ مَا تَرُومُهُ مِنَ الْعَلَقِ, and he is throwing to them the best of what they are looking for. تَرُومُ وَتَقْصُدُهُ مَا تَرُومُ مِنَ الْعَلَقِ, mean from the grass or whatever their food is. عَلَى أَنَّهُ صَاحِبُ كَرَمٍ بِالتَّبَعِ, he is showing to them that my nature is kindness to the creature. He is showing to them, my nature is kindness to the creature. And he is showing to them that he has not intended their hunting with these things. And favors, it creates the love of the kind person in the hearts of those to whom he has done the favors. And the chain of mahabba and love is very much stronger than the chain of iron. Now, that man who is coming in front of people, is appearing to people as a leader. So, for him, that is much more suitable, that he may choose such a shape that the people are liking that. Min ziyyan, mean dress, ومنطق, way of speech, وأدب, etiquettes. And then he must come close to them or near to them. Hawnan mean gradually. Hawnan mean gradually. ويظهر إليهم النصح ويظهر إليهم النصح والمحبة, and he must show to them or make it apparent to them النصح, that I'm your well-wisher, والمحبة, and I'm your lover. من غير مجازفة, but it should not be just like superficial. It's like superficial. ولا ظهور قرينة, and he may not show them any qarina or any indication تدل, which can indicate على أن ذلك لسيدهم, that what he is doing, that is for their hunting, that he is going to hunt them later. ثم يعلمهم أن نذيره, and then he must tell them أن نذيره, that the like of him كالممتنع في حقهم. كالممتنع في حقهم, ممتنع is something which is not happening. That regarding their case, such like person is totally impossible to be found. So the people must be of the belief. He should practice in such a way that the people must believe that such like leader we will not find. Got it? حتى يرى أن نفوسهم, until it is seen أن نفوسهم قد اطمأنت, that their hearts are مطمئن and satisfied, bifadli, with his virtue, وتقدمه, and his leadership, وصدورهم قد امتلأت مودة, and their hearts are just filled up مودة, with love, وتعظيما, and with respect. وَجَوَارِحُمْ تَدَابَتْ. This is from da. Or the other one which you pronounce the tada'abat. The da'aba yudabbu ta'adiban. Yeah. So tada'abat means i'tadat. Tadabat khaza'at khushu'an. Tadabat means khaza'at adatan khushu'an. Khaza'at adatan khushu'an. That has become their habit. وإخباتا. إخبات means إطاعت, obedience. ثم ليحفظ ذلك فيهم. And then he must maintain this status of him or this position of him in them. فلا يكن منه. So there may not be from him such a thing يختلفون به عليه, that now the people have different opinions about him. Some people say he's good and some people say no, he's not. فإن فرط شيء من ذلك. If any shortcomings in these requirements happen, فليتداركوا بلطف وإحسان. So softly and kindly he must recover that. وإظهار أن المصلحة حكمت ما فعل. And he must show them that the wisdom was what I have done. وأنه لهم لا عليهم. And what I have done, you thought that that is my slipping, but I did not slip. That was for your good at that time. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته. سبحان الله. So just go once again.